So the next datetime function we're going to explore together is one called DATEDIFF. And that's where we want to simply calculate the difference between two dates. So let's go ahead and add a new column, and we're going to use the function called DATEDIFF. And let's explore the arguments for this function. So the first thing that it wants is a date or time part. Now this could be days, weeks, months, hours, really anything that you want. The next thing that we need to do is give it a start date and an end date. So I'm going to use createDate as my start date, and then my end date I'm going to actually use convertedDate. And now we need to name the column, and I'm going to call it lead create to convert days. And so when we try to run that, let's see what we get. So we get this error, timestamp is not recognized. Now that means we probably have a problem here with one of these two dates. So I'm going to comment using two dashes. I'm going to comment our new function out. I'm going to run this so we can see all of our fields. And we already know that createDate is working okay because we've already used it. Let's look at convertedDate and see if we have an issue. So if we click convertedDate, you can see here that when our data came over out of Salesforce into Snowflake, for some reason the data team exported it as text. Now we know that we simply imported this from CSV, and that's a cause for concern. So what we want to do is we actually need to recast this text so that we can interpret it as a date or date time. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and uncomment. I'm going to go to my converted date, and I'm going to do a try to date. Now this looks familiar because we explored a similar to number function where we were converting a value from text to a number. This try to date will effectively attempt to convert this text to a date or date time. So now if we try to rerun this function, it looks like it works. And if we scroll all the way to the right, it's only evaluating the converted leads, and you can see it's giving us the number of days, in this case 1048. Now if I change this to week, now I've got 150 weeks, and certainly I could change this to another date time, and certainly I can change this to another date type. So that's how you approach calculating the difference between two dates.